Hey, it's Jamie, and today we're rehashing Isaiah 26 to 28. I really was into chapter 26 of today's passages. Isaiah was spouting out lyrics, and they really resonated with me. If you read ahead, I wonder if they resonated with you. In verse 9, Isaiah writes, "For only when you come to judge the earth will people learn what is right." And I thought, even back then they knew that we humans are just bumbling around, trying to be good Christians. Well, most of us, some of us are, although none of us really know what we're doing. This little verse also reminded me to be patient with other Christians and where they are in their journey with Christ, if that makes sense. From time to time, I myself have been angry at other Christians thinking, acting like that and claiming to be a Christian. But that person that I'm thinking about is also bumbling around like the rest of us. So how dare I? Have you ever had one of these holier than thou moments? Surely I am not the only Judgy McJudgerson out there. I've got a perfect example, actually. I read Candace Owens' book, Make 'Em a Sandwich, and I loved the book. So I started watching her podcast. And then I noticed online that she was like calling people bad names and calling them lying B words and like saying terrible things about others, like but the way they dress, but the way they look. And I thought, oh, yucky. I don't want to watch that. She's a bad Christian. But realistically, I shouldn't be watching it because it's not appropriate content. It has nothing to do with her Christianity because who the heck am I to judgy McJudge? Right? So I either stop watching because I know in my heart that the Lord doesn't want us watching stuff like that and consuming things like that, or I continue to watch. But I can't stop watching because, she's a crappy Christian. I can't do that. That's not on me to judge. Anyways, moving on. Sorry to take your time up with that little story, but I thought I might make it relatable. Later in chapter 28 today, verse 16, Isaiah comforts us by saying, "Whosoever shall believe in him shall not be shaken." And I wonder how strong we are to stand by that statement. Only strength bestowed on us by the Lord himself can withstand judgment for our faith or mockery of Christianity. How many times, well, maybe it's just me, but sometimes when I see people mocking Christians online, I'm like, keyboard warrioring it instead of standing strong in my faith. And I myself have been, so hesitant to speak openly to others about the Lord. The idea of it does shake me. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, I couldn't even get the words to leave my mouth. And so I had this Christian hoodie, and true story, once when someone read my hoodie out loud to me, the hoodie said, "Ask me about my Jesus." I honestly avoided the conversation when they asked me about my Jesus by saying the hoodie was a rental to make them laugh. So I was like, oh, the hoodie's a rental, ask someone else. So I used humor to get out of talking about God. Gross. Talk about shaken. Asking the Lord for this strength is important. If you're super awkward like I am, it's the only way to power through and get over it, because in me, there isn't that strength. In him, there is that strength. And so if you are like me and you're hesitant to talk about your faith and you don't want to be preachy and you don't want your coworkers to judge you or your friends to judge you, get off that horse, get off that train, beep, beep, full brakes. We don't want to be part of that. We want to ask him for the strength so that we can go out and preach his word, so that we can go out and talk about God, because that is one of our jobs. And I don't want him to come back one day and he say, "Oh, how did you spread the word about me?" And I went, under the blankets by myself. That's the only time I ever actually talked about you, because he's just going to keep on walking, baby. Anyway, for tomorrow, we're reading Isaiah 29 to 31, if you want to read ahead. I hope you have a blessed day. Please comment and like this video in order to spread it around the YouTube verse. And don't forget to say your prayers. This is the Bible in a Year theme song.